lagi dalam formula sheet. Okay, kita ada resistivity. Ada tak? Ada tak? Ni dia. Okay, if you look at these symbols, okay, R adalah symbol for resistance. So that's very important to identify and know all the symbols tu. Jadi selalu kena guna formula sheet. And what's ni? This the resistivity. And L is length. A ni apa? Area. So, soalan nak apa? Resistance, length or area. So the question wants resistivity. So what's resistivity? Jadi kita tengok you cannot use the formula. So ini formula ni can be used for calculation. Tapi kalau dia nak definition, you cannot write the formula. So take note. You have to write something at your formula sheet. Tulislah dekat mana-mana. You tulis macam ni. Ni formula ni cannot use as definition. How to spell definition? And macam soalan ni boleh V equals to IR. Kalau nak R equals to V over I. Ini boleh guna can use as definition. Apa lagi? Kalau formula ni boleh tak guna as definition? Boleh. Ni formula ni boleh guna definition? Boleh lah. So you buatlah symbol and any symbol so that you remember lah. I don't know how to help you guys to remember. Tapi you have to find ways so that you remember. Kalau you tak ingat, you tak dapat markah lah. Soalan senang-senang ni. Jadi you have to find a few ways, a few method yang suitable for you so that you remember. Kalau saya tengok selalu, I recall, saya letak gambar, letak stiker. Kalau if you have your own kan, you buatlah. Kat sini. Kalau ada Naruto ke apa, you download. Tengok mana yang I star kan tu. That means I boleh guna sebagai formula. Mana lagi? Ini saya sengaja buat macam ni so that you do the same thing. I am a teacher. Tapi I also study kan. So bila kita study ni, kita ada a few methods ataupun technique that can help us recall things. Okay. Alright. So back to this question, what is the meaning of resistivity? You cannot use the formula as to write the definition. So what's the resistivity? So resistivity is a what? It's a measure. Actually resistivity ni tell us the material. So you see, tengok soalan ni. Tengok dia bagi clue. Alamak. So resistivity KW ni. Kalau material X, ini nilai dia. Y itu nilai dia. Lain-lain untuk setiap lain-lain material. So we say resistivity ni adalah menentukan type tu jenis apa. Macam gitulah. It's a type. Dia adalah nama lain bagi type. Okay. Okay, it's a measure of, but the type ni boleh di-measure. How you can calculate using formula. It's a measure of a conductor's ability to do what? To oppose the flow of electric current. Okay, so it's the ability. Ability to oppose. Dia macam rintangan lah. Rintangan tu apa? Oppose something. Current nak flow tapi dia oppose kan. Dia tak bagi. Dia halang. Dia resist. Dia ada resistance. Dia ada resistor tu. So dia oppose against the flow of electric current. Senang lah sebenarnya. Okay, based on diagram 6. Mana diagram 6? Ni. Ni alat kita tu. Which material is suitable to used as cable. Mana? As cable wire. Okay, so WXY, kita tengok. We want to be used as cable wire. So cable wire, we want something that has low resistivity or high resistivity. High resistivity maksudnya resistance dia tinggi lah kan. So kita nak yang low resistance. Okay, kenapa? If you notice tadi, kita ada formula ni. Ini formula. Okay, tulis R equals to rho L over A. Jadi you write here. Dalam example, you boleh buat macam tu. R equals to resistivity L over A. Rho bukan P. Ni tak sama Tak sama. Ni density ataupun ini resistivity. Yang ini adalah pressure, huruf P lain. Jadi sebab kalau you tulis salah simbol, you akan salah faham. Jadi kita nak tengok resistivity ni ada relationship dengan resistance. Apa relationship dia? R directly proportional to resistivity. Kan dia? Sama level. So maksudnya if you increase the resistivity, that means resistance high juga. Tapi kita nak guna as wire. Kalau wire, dia carries current. Jadi if you want to carry current, you need low resistance. Reason dia kita tahu, low resistance. Jadi which one we have low resistivity? Ni value ni kena check tu student pun selalu salah. Okay. Jadi mana yang low? The lowest is -8 lah. Betul? The highest is Y because it's +14. That's very large. So kita nak W. Okay, because it's low resistance. And then insulator. What is the meaning of insulator? Insulator tu yang penebat. Of course lah bila kita pegang kita tak nak panas. So that dia tak membahayakan kan. Okay, jadi kita nak Y. Kenapa? Tadilah as I told you tadi, dia punya resistance very super duper high. Jadi maksudnya dia adalah an insulator. Current is very difficult to flow positive, very high ni. Jadi kita kata reason we choose Y because it's not easy for current to flow, ataupun you can simply say very high resistance. You cannot say very high resistivity, tak boleh sebab that's in the question already. Instead you can say very high resistance. So bila very high resistance, not easy for current to flow. The best answer is this one. If you answer like this, can lah, boleh diterima lah. Tapi the above one. So I hope you understand this. Okay, next. C. A wire of length 4 meter with a cross-section area of 9.2. So you tulis apa given. Guna if sound. If sound ni, dia sekadar ni lah. Bila you buat calculation, tengok ni if sound. Macam ni pun sama. If sound. What is if sound? Ini for you when you do an exam and you know if sound ni maksudnya I ni adalah info. You tengok what info given. 5 hours. So that's time. You don't have to change the unit. Yang ni days given. Okay, and then the question energy, and then question gives you the power. So that's info given. And then you write wajib tulis formula. So F for formula. You write the formula. So you see, I write the formula here. Then I do substitution. So S ni substitution. You substitute correctly. And A is the answer. You mesti answer tu dengan its respective unit. So if you do this, insyaAllah you get full marks. Tengok balik yang ni. This is a calculation question. So if sound. So information. Length, so tulislah. And then 9.2, what's this? That's the area, so that's A. Resistance, so that's R. Dia nak resistivity. Jadi you straight away you tahu what formula to use, tak payah hafal. You just write again. You tengok formula, okay, I can use formula number 5. R equals to R rho L over A. So, then you write down the formula. What's the formula tadi? R ni sekarang you write down the formula. I information you dah tulis. R equals to rho L over A. You must write formula. Wajib. Wajibkan diri. And then substitute correctly. So what's rho? 9. Oops. Oh, rho is the one that what we want. So you can write rho kat sini. And substitute. And L. Do you know L? Yes. 4 meters. Right with the unit. Area. Do you know area? Yes. 9.2 times 10 to the power of 6 meters squared. So, and then you know resistance. So, letaklah kat sini. Sebab ni equal kan? Equal, equal, equal. So, equals to resistance. And you are given the value of resistance. So, that's 0.065 ohm. Tekan kalkulator, darab kan? Tekanlah. Ini darab ni, ini darab tu. Tekan. So, dapatlah therefore resistivity equals to kan ni 0.65 ohm times 9.2, tekan kalkulator lah, over 4 meters. Jadi in terms of unit, tengok ni meter cancel, tinggal 1 meter. Ni ohm masih ada, meter masih ada. Jadi the final answer must have unit ohm meter. So that's unit. I settlekan the unit first. So ada semua baru. Okay, what about the answer? So bacalah bismillah sikit so that you don't press your calculator wrongly kan. Kadang-kadang student bukan tak tahu, dia tersilap. So 1.495 times 10 to the power of 5 ohm meter. So if you have done all this, you should get full mark. So check. Okay, number 7. Diagram 7 shows an experiment to observe the pattern of electric field between two electrodes of different charges. In the space below, draw electric field pattern formed. So, soalan drawing. By the arrangement of apparatus. Jadi, tengoklah kita ada jenis apa ni? Dot, dot. Jadi, dot, dot. You kena lukis. Okay, and then you kena notice mana negatif, mana positif. Negatif, positif. So your diagram would be negative dekat on the left, ada positif. Jangan lukis jauh-jauh lah, nanti susah nak draw. You kena tahu positif bila dia berdekatan sebelah-sebelah, ini dia punya field. Tunjuk sikit yang lain-lain tu. Okay, tapi sebabkan dia bersebelahan, so dia tak adalah yang straight kat situ kan. Dia akan jadi curve macam ni. So yang ni dia akan curve. Ni curve. Ni pun curve. Pun curve. Cuma you kena tahu kalau negatif dia into. Maksudnya kan kalau dia positif dia outward. Anak panah tu. Jadi out, out, out. Out, out, out. Kalau kita ada satu saja elektron yang negatif, dia akan into, like this. Okay, so this is the okay, be a current of 0.2 ampere is let to flow for 3 minutes. Again, if so, you have formula current, you have the info current, info 3 minutes that time. So tukarlah. Kalau 3 minutes terus buat macam ni. Unit in second kita nak. Calculate the quantity of charge carried by the unit and the current. Do you remember formula? So kita boleh guna I equals to QT. Jadi you guna lah. Okay, you write down the formula. Okay, if SAL tu gunalah if SAL. So sekarang ni write the formula. What's the formula? Okay, you write the formula ni. Write the formula. Q equals to IT. Soalan nak charge. So you don't have to rearrange anything. So use the formula right away. Directly. Tapi time, don't forget, not 3 minutes, but mesti tukar pada second. Barulah you dapat 36. If you don't remember the unit again, you just write AS kat sini ada A, kat sini ada S. Tapi ada student yang ingat. Kalau student yang ingat tu, dia akan tulislah Q equals to IT. Dia dapat 36, dia tahu unit dia coulomb. Okay, 2 marks for that. Okay, the field lines in 7A is not clear. Dalam gambar, dia buat tak clear lah. Kan, dia macam tak dapat susunan tu macam ni. Biji-biji tu, seeds tu, dia tak tersusun sangat. Dia tak macam tak clear lah. So, how to modify so that kita dapat clearer field? So, apa yang kita nak? First, dia kata electrode. Ni electrode. So, how do you change? Do you need to change the electrode? Make sure kita guna metal yang macam mana? Yang ada good electric conductor. Distance of electrode. Kalau ini distance is like this, so how to get clearer? So maksudnya kita nak dapat stronger field lah. Supaya dia dapat lebih jelas. So kita kata distance of electrode, kita nak dia dekat. Smaller ataupun distance dia lesser. Ataupun reduce the distance. Apa-apa perkataan yang menunjukkan dekat ataupun berkurang. So bila dia berdekatan, tadi macam ni dia jauh. Positif, negatif. So sekarang ni kita nak dia dekat. Negatif, positif. Dia dekat. Bila dekat, stronger. So the reason is stronger field. 2 markah. What about voltage or power supply? Of course, kita nak higher. Kena cakap higher. Ni menunjukkan bertambah. Higher voltage. If high je tak cukup lah. Sebab dia dah memang high dah. Ataupun dia kata guna extra high tension. Okay. Kenapa? When higher voltage, kita akan dapat greater electric current. Okay. Essay question. Diagram 1.1 shows a graph in ohmic conductor. Ni, this graph tadi I told you earlier. Dalam ni, comparison. Sama ada we are measuring voltage ataupun we are measuring EMF. Remember? So the difference is this one. Ni voltmeter. So ini voltmeter against battery. Kita dapat negative gradient. So ni untuk cari EMF. Tapi if you and then you if you letak the voltmeter across resistor, bukan across the battery macam ni, macam ni, beza, nampak beza? And this one you dapat graph positif. Beza dengan yang ni. Ini adalah Ohm's law. Gradient dia ni, ni gradient ni. The gradient gives you the resistance, tapi internal, external. R besar. Yang ini gradient pun ada. Gradient dia negatif. Gradient dia sama dengan small letter r. Small letter r tu apa? Internal resistance. Jadi you kena pandai bezakan. Jadi back to this question. This around soalan tentang ohmic conductor. Dia obeys Ohm's law. So what is the meaning of ohmic conductor? Itu pun you kena tahu. So ohmic conductor is a conductor that enable us to get this graph. So graph ni graph apa? Graph ni adalah graph tunjukkan Ohm's law. So conductor, dia tanya conductor ni kenapa nama dia ohmic? Kenapa? Sebab it is a conductor which obeys Ohm's law. See, soalan dia nak you gunakan diagram, explain how to determine resistance of the ohmic conductor. 4 marks. So what should you do? Tadilah you ambil graph, dia nak dapatkan apa ni? Okay. So inilah dia sebenarnya. So ini sepatutnya dah ada di ujung jari lah. Kan? Jangan risau. Senang saja. You ambil, you lukislah macam tu dalam soal apa? Dalam exam. Ambil answer sheet. You lukis macam ni. And then you explain lah. Ada 4 marks ni. Gambar raja tu 1 markah maybe. 2. And then you kata, tengok complete you kena label. Sini adalah what's that? This is rheostat. Resistor ni dah ada simbol, so tak payah label lah. Ammeter pun non. Voltmeter pun make sure you draw the voltmeter dekat kedudukan yang betul. Next, dia kata to determine the resistance. How do you determine resistance? So it's actually from the gradient. Okay, so you kata buatlah the gradient of the graph. Graph yang mana? In diagram 7.1 represents the resistance of the circuit of the ohmic conductor. Simple saja. Tapi macam nak jawab dapat 4 markah sebab you kena tahulah semua ni. You tahu diagram. Then you tengok graph ni tak payah lukis balik lah sebab dah bagi tahu. Cuma you takap lah daripada graph sebab soalan nak how dapatkan resistance. You tak payah cakap connect A itu R tu ni, tak payah. Sebab dalam diagram dah menunjukkan you do those connections. You just tell the resistance dia adalah daripada gradient. Okay, so dapat 3 marks here, 2 marks here, then about 4 marks. Okay, see, diagram 7.2 shows a conventional kettle which is dangerous to touch when hot and takes a longer time to boil. Okay, electric kettle. Okay, ni tak apalah, boleh buat kemudian. Okay, so D, diagram 7.3 shows the label behind an LED television. What is the input power of the LED television? So, kena pandai baca label. So, what is the input power? Mana label yang sesuai talking about power? What is the unit for power? Itu soalan yang kita tanya diri kita lah. What's the unit for power? So power, the unit is watt. Di mana? So it's this one here. W, hertz, ni frequency, voltage. So that's W. So soalan ni senang je lah. Jawapan dia power tu direct je baca, cuma kena tahu. Soalan ni senang tapi student kena tahulah. So the power input, input power, so itulah input equals to 130 dengan unit sekali kena bagi watt. Calculate current flow. Okay, that's not difficult. Dalam formula sheet ada tak Okay, ada current. Okay, ada banyak formula ada current. 1, 2 boleh, 4 boleh, 7 ada. 2 ada, 4 ada, 6 pun ada current, 7 pun ada current. Tapi mana satu yang paling sesuai? Tengok if sound tu. So, yang paling sesuai, kalau kita tengok pada if sound, ni cara nak dapatkan full mark lah. Apa info yang diberi? Yang lain-lain tu semua tak sesuai. Yang paling sesuai berdasarkan info given is this. P equals to V times I. So, kita nak I equals to P over V. Okay. P is given. Info. P. P tu. V tu. Ni. Info. Jadi, sekarang kita tulis formula. Dapat. Dan sekarang kita nak substitute 130 watt divide by voltage 240 volt. Saya substitute with the unit as well. Then kita dapat tekan kalkulator lah. 0.4. You don't remember the unit, you just leave it like this. If you know the unit, you can answer. Current, you tak boleh tulis dua-dua. You tulis salah satu. So boleh tulis. Sama ada you tulis W over V as the unit. Or you tukar saja ampere. Right? Determine the amount of energy. So dia nak amount of energy. Kita nak energy when television is operated for 2 hours. So if sound again, another info given is the time. So now kita nak tulis formula. So what's the formula? And tengok formula sheet. Ada PT. P equals to E over T. Jadi we know the power again. Time mesti dalam hours ke? Tak, ni energy Ni bukan nak kira cost ni, kita nak tahu energy. Jadi time dia 2 hours. 60 minutes times another 60 lagi untuk dapatkan dalam unit second. Dapatlah 936 joule. If you don't remember joule, as I always, W second. Pun boleh. Kalau you tahu the unit SI unit tu, okay. Alright, I think that's all. Nanti kita sambung lagi.